everyone, and welcome to the Young and the Restless official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that the show may be on the verge of blowing up one of their strongest couples. Some troubles brewing for one Genoa City duo, so let's talk about what's ahead on the CBS soap. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson have been on solid ground for a while now. There have even been some remarriage hints despite Chelsea's fear of ruining the good thing they've got going. Although Chelsea has some doubts about tying the knot again, that's only because she's in such a great place with Adam. Chelsea has been wary of rocking the boat, but their relationship has still felt like it's moving in the direction of a wedding. Unfortunately, that could change depending on how a new story development plays out. Adam wants to help Nick Newman go up against Matt Clark in Las Vegas, but that means revisiting his past as Spider and reconnecting with Reza Thompson. Since amnesiac Adam was living as a completely different person back then, Chelsea hates the idea of him somehow reverting to Spider and not being the wonderful man she's come to love. Adam has evolved a lot in recent years, so Chelsea doesn't want to see his progress go out the window. Nick feels the same way and clearly has bad vibes about Adam going back to Vegas. All of this seems rather ominous, like Chelsea and Nick's fears about Adam are going to be warranted. This trip may change everything for Adam and lead to him going back to a more sinister version of himself. Adam previously became Spider to block out the old Adam, who made plenty of horrible mistakes that he wanted to forget. Once Adam's forced to revisit that time in his life, it may end in catastrophe. Despite Adam's reassurance in the March 12th episode, Chelsea could lose him if this Vegas disaster is bad enough. No matter how it all goes down, Chelsea and Adam's relationship is bound to be tested. Will Adam's romance with Chelsea fall apart and ruin any wedding news that might have been on the horizon? Will Adam's happy family with Chelsea and Connor Newman crumble following the Vegas fiasco that awaits? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Chelsea and Adam will have some new Vegas-related obstacles to tackle, so stay tuned. In the ever-shifting world of The Young and the Restless, where love and loyalty are constantly tested by secrets from the past, a storm may be quietly gathering over one of Genoa City's most resilient couples. For a long time, it seemed as though Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson had finally reached a place of peace, something both of them had fought hard to earn after years of heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional turmoil. Their relationship had stabilized in a way that felt rare in their complicated world, and whispers of a possible remarriage had begun to surface, hinting that their long and winding journey might finally be leading them toward a new beginning. Yet beneath that hopeful future lingered a quiet hesitation inside Chelsea's heart. She wasn't resisting the idea of marriage because she doubted Adam. In fact, it was quite the opposite. Chelsea feared that changing anything might somehow disturb the fragile happiness they had managed to build together, and the thought of risking that harmony made her cautious about taking another step down the aisle. For Chelsea, the life she shares with Adam now feels almost like a miracle when compared to the chaos of their past. The man standing beside her today is not the same reckless soul who once left destruction in his wake throughout Genoa City. Over the years, Adam has fought to grow, to evolve, and to become someone capable of love, stability, and redemption. That transformation is precisely what Chelsea treasures most, which is why she has been so careful not to rock the boat, as she often describes it. Still, despite her lingering nerves, there has always been an undeniable sense that their relationship is slowly drifting towards something permanent, something meaningful enough to bring wedding bells back into their lives. For a while, it truly seemed as though their future together was bright, secure, and filled with promise. But as is often the case in Genoa City, the past has a way of resurfacing at the worst possible moment. A new and dangerous development now threatens to unravel everything Adam and Chelsea have worked so hard to protect. Adam has made the decision to help his brother, Nick Newman, who is preparing to confront the mysterious and threatening Matt Clark in the glittering chaos of Las Vegas. On the surface, Adam's plan sounds like an act of loyalty, one brother standing by another in a moment of danger. Yet the problem lies in what Adam must revisit in order to pull this off. To help Nick, Adam may need to step back into a shadowy chapter of his past, a time when he lived under a completely different identity. During that dark period of his life, when he had lost his memories and wandered far from the man he once was, Adam operated under the name Spider, a mysterious persona tied to secrets and danger. Re-entering that world means reconnecting with someone who knew him during that time. Reza Thompson, and it is exactly this possibility that sends chills down Chelsea's spine. To Chelsea, the idea of Adam returning to that identity is terrifying. The man she fell in love with today is compassionate, thoughtful, and deeply committed to his family, but Spider represents something far darker, an echo of confusion, secrecy, and emotional distance. Back then, Adam wasn't simply pretending to be someone else. He truly believed he was that other person, cut off from the memories and mistakes that defined his earlier life. Chelsea fears that stepping back into that role, even temporarily, might awaken something buried deep within him. What if the progress Adam has made over the years suddenly slips away? What if revisiting those dangerous memories drags him back toward a darker version of himself? For Chelsea, the stakes could not be higher because she knows that the man she loves might disappear behind that mask once again. Surprisingly, Chelsea isn't the only one haunted by these concerns. Nick himself, despite asking for Adam's help, cannot shake the uneasy feeling that this plan may lead them into disaster. There's a lingering tension in the air whenever the topic of Las Vegas arises, as though both Chelsea and Nick sense that this journey could reopen wounds better left buried. Their instincts warn them that revisiting the Spider chapter might awaken something unpredictable in Adam, something neither of them can fully control. The unease surrounding the situation feels ominous, almost like the calm before a storm that everyone can feel approaching but no one knows how to stop. As Adam prepares for the trip, the people closest to him can't help but wonder whether they're about to witness a transformation they've been dreading. The truth is, Adam originally created the Spider persona as a way to escape the weight of his past. At the time, the real Adam Newman carried a mountain of guilt for the mistakes and damage he had caused in his earlier years. Becoming someone else, someone detached from those painful memories, allowed him to bury the old Adam and start fresh, at least in his own mind. But running from the past rarely works forever, and now fate seems determined to drag Adam back to that moment in his life. If he's forced to relive those memories, the emotional consequences could be devastating. The carefully rebuilt identity he has formed over the years might fracture under the pressure of old secrets resurfacing, leaving him vulnerable to becoming someone far more dangerous. Even though Adam tried to reassure Chelsea during the March 12th episode, promising her that everything would be fine, doubt continues to gnaw at her heart. She wants desperately to believe him, to trust that the man she loves is strong enough to face his past without losing himself. Yet deep down, Chelsea knows how fragile happiness can be in their world. If the situation in Las Vegas spirals out of control, if the darkness of Adam's past proves stronger than anyone expected, she could lose him in ways she never imagined, and the thought of watching the man she loves slip away again is almost too painful for her to bear. No matter what ultimately happens in Las Vegas, one thing is certain: Adam and Chelsea's relationship is about to face one of its most difficult tests yet. The love they've built together has survived countless storms before, but this time the threat comes from within, Adam himself, from the shadows of a life he once tried to forget. As the tension builds and the journey to Las Vegas looms closer, fans can't help but wonder if this dangerous mission will shatter everything Adam and Chelsea have fought so hard to protect. Could the romance that once seemed destined for another wedding suddenly collapse under the weight of the past? Even more heartbreaking is the possibility that their fragile family life could be caught in the fallout. Adam, Chelsea, and Connor Newman have begun building something stable and loving together, a sense of home that once felt impossible for all of them. Yet if the Vegas situation spirals into chaos, that happiness could crumble just as quickly as it appeared. The looming confrontation, the resurfacing secrets, and the return of the mysterious spider identity all threaten to reshape Adam's future in ways no one can predict. As the drama intensifies, spoilers for The Young and the Restless promise that Adam and Chelsea will soon face a series of new obstacles tied directly to this risky Las Vegas mission, challenges that could either strengthen their bond or break it beyond repair. For now, all anyone can do is watch as the story unfolds, wondering whether love will survive the shadows of Adam Newman's past. As the tension surrounding the Las Vegas plan slowly spreads through Genoa City, the fragile sense of stability that Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson have worked so hard to build begins to feel increasingly uncertain. For a long time, their life together seemed like a rare calm after years of emotional storms, a relationship that had finally matured beyond the chaos that once defined them. Chelsea had started to believe that Adam truly had changed, that the darkness that once followed him everywhere had finally loosened its grip. Their home, filled with quiet moments of laughter and the warmth of family, had become a safe place where both of them could breathe again. Yet now, with the looming trip to Las Vegas drawing closer, that sense of peace begins to feel dangerously fragile. The more Adam talks about helping Nick Newman confront Matt Clark, the more Chelsea feels an unshakable sense that something is about to change in ways none of them are prepared for. At first, Adam tries to reassure her with calm confidence, insisting that this is simply about protecting his brother and putting an end to a threat that has been growing in the shadows. He speaks with determination, reminding Chelsea that he's not the man he used to be and that the mistakes of his past no longer define him. But even as he says the words, there is a subtle tension in his voice, something almost imperceptible that Chelsea can't ignore. She knows Adam better than most people ever will, and she can sense the quiet conflict brewing inside him. The truth is that returning to the world he once inhabited as Spider isn't just about strategy or deception, it's about stepping back into a life he once lived when he was lost and disconnected from himself. And that realization alone is enough to send a wave of fear through Chelsea's heart, because she knows how easily the past can pull someone back into its darkness. The memories of Adam's time as Spider are tangled with confusion, secrets, and a version of him that barely resembles the man Chelsea loves today. During that chapter of his life, when his memory was gone and his identity shattered, Adam had unknowingly become someone entirely different. The name Spider wasn't just an alias, it was a symbol of how far he had drifted from the person he once was. Back then, his world was filled with dangerous alliances and hidden motives, and one of the people who knew that version of him best was Reza Thompson. Now, the thought that Adam may need to reconnect with Reza in order to navigate the dangerous situation unfolding in Las Vegas adds another layer of tension to an already volatile situation. For Chelsea, it feels like watching the door to a dark chapter slowly creak open again, threatening to pull Adam back inside. Meanwhile, Nick's own uneasiness continues to grow as the plan begins to take shape. Although he asked for Adam's help, part of him can't shake the feeling that bringing Spider back into the picture may unleash consequences far beyond what anyone expects. Nick has spent years witnessing the destructive cycles that often surround his brother, and even though he believes Adam has changed, old instincts are hard to ignore. Every time he thinks about Adam stepping back into that identity, he feels the weight of uncertainty pressing down on him. What if the transformation isn't as temporary as they hope? What if the persona Adam once used to escape his past begins to take control again? The questions linger like dark clouds gathering on the horizon, and no one seems able to push them away. For Adam himself, the emotional battle is far more complicated than he lets anyone see. On the surface, he appears calm and focused, determined to do whatever it takes to protect his brother and bring the situation with Matt Clark to an end. Yet deep inside, he knows that revisiting the Spider persona could awaken memories he once tried desperately to bury. That identity was created during a time when Adam was fractured and desperate to escape the guilt of the man he used to be. Becoming Spider allowed him to hide from the pain of his mistakes, to build a wall between himself and the life he had left behind. But walls built from denial rarely stand forever, and the closer Adam gets to Las Vegas, the more those buried memories begin to stir beneath the surface. Chelsea senses this internal struggle even when Adam tries to hide it, and it only deepens her fear that the man she loves may soon be forced to confront parts of himself that should have remained in the past. She remembers all too well how difficult it was for Adam to reclaim his true identity after living as someone else. Watching him finally find his way back to himself had been a painful but hopeful journey, one that convinced her redemption was truly possible. Now the thought of that hard-earned progress slipping away fills her with dread. She wants to believe Adam is strong enough to face the past without being consumed by it. But love has taught her how fragile change can be. As the days pass and the inevitable trip approaches, the emotional distance between Adam and Chelsea begins to grow in subtle but unmistakable ways. Their conversations become heavier, filled with things left unsaid and worries that neither of them fully voices. There are quiet moments when Chelsea watches Adam from across the room, studying his expression as if trying to memorize the man he is right now, before Las Vegas has a chance to change him. And Adam in turn feels the weight of her gaze, understanding that this journey may test their relationship in ways neither of them anticipated. In those silent exchanges, both of them seem to realize that the future they imagined, perhaps even the wedding that once felt within reach, now hangs by a fragile thread. The deeper the story moves toward Las Vegas, the more it becomes clear that this isn't simply about confronting an enemy or settling unfinished business. It's about identity, redemption, and whether a person can truly escape the shadows of their past. If Adam is forced to fully embrace the spider persona again, even temporarily, the emotional consequences could ripple through every corner of his life. His relationship with Chelsea, the stability of their family with Connor Newman, and even the fragile trust he has rebuilt with Nick could all be thrown into chaos. The question that now hangs over Genoa City is both simple and terrifying. Will Adam return from Las Vegas as the man everyone believes he has become, or will the darkness he once tried to bury rise again? As the suspense builds and the danger ahead grows clearer, fans of The Young and the Restless can feel the emotional stakes rising with every passing moment. What began as a mission to help Nick may soon evolve into a defining turning point in Adam's life, one that could reshape his future forever. Love, loyalty, and identity are about to collide in a story that promises heartbreak, tension, and perhaps even tragedy. And as Adam prepares to step back into the glittering, unpredictable world of Las Vegas, one haunting possibility lingers in the air. When he finally returns, will he still be the man Chelsea fell in love with, or will the shadow known as Spider follow him home?